I deal with daily, persistent, severe pain that takes almost all of my functional capacity away. And it's heartbreaking. Becoming angry about it, that's like letting the snake being the adversity bite you, being again the adversity, but then you've got to be poisoned by it as well. Choose to not let the snake poison you. Choose to walk through your adversity and don't let it take more from your life than it already has. The one thing that you have control of is the way that you respond to the things that happen to you every day. That internal dialogue that you have with yourself every day, and training your mind to position yourself so that you do not go down that bitter, angry path. Even though you have every right to feel angry, and you can feel angry, but it's about knowing when it's eating you up inside versus having those moments of anger. You do not want your adversity to turn you into a person that then takes more from your life, such as starting to affect your relationships, starting to take from all the good things that still exist in your life. Embrace all the good things that still exist in your life. Welcome them with open arms. Choose to focus on those things and be grateful for them. Small wins. I cringe at the thought that what I've gone through has had benefits. I cringe at it because I hate what I've gone through, and I hate the fact that I'm still going through it. But I truly, truly know that the resilience that I have developed, the grit that I've developed, the tenacity that I've developed, the ability to be so disciplined with my mental state and my internal dialogue is, again, something that I would never have developed, because people don't put themselves through unpleasant things very often just for the sake of learning, like on purpose. And but when you're thrown those curveballs and you're forced into the deep end, or more like the middle of the ocean, you find things deep inside yourself that you didn't know you would ever be capable of. And you also learn what's important in life, and you learn what not to fear and what not to care about, things that hold you back so much in your life. So there is goodness in the challenges, there is goodness in the adversity, and in the moment it is so unpleasant and so hard to feel grateful and not feel angry. But just keep it in the back of your mind, that awareness that you will reap fruit, you will reap wisdom, you will reap compassion, and you will grow so much as a person. To look at your adversity and to be able to have this awareness throughout, this constant knowing that even when you're in the most absolutely devastating state, that you know it's not all for nothing. And even when you think that there's no escape, and that maybe your life doesn't feel like it's worth living, the human brain is capable of so much more. than we understand. And when you're put in those situations of extreme adversity, that's when you get to tap into some of those incredible things where you ask yourself after, how on earth did I survive that? But you will. But it's up to you to follow a few simple rules so that you don't end up deteriorating so much that there are so many layers of anger and bitterness and heavy, heavy, deep depression that you don't know how to come out of. Keep your mind pure. Fight those urges to let your adversity eat you up inside. Have your moments for sure. I've had plenty of my moments, but it's about knowing when you need to take a sharp turn and start heading on a different path. At the end of the day, I just really wanted to encourage anybody right now going through something. You're not alone. I understand what it's like to go through something so incredibly hard. But don't let it take more from you than it needs to. Don't let it take your peace. Don't let it take your joy for longer than it needs to.